Jesus appeared to the 11 and said to them, "Go into the whole world and proclaim the gospel to every creature. Whoever believes and is baptized will be saved. Whoever does not believe will be condemned. These signs will accompany those who believe. In my name they will drive out demons. They will speak new languages. They will pick up serpents with their hands. And if they drink any deadly thing, it will not harm them. They will lay hands on the sick and they will recover." So the Lord Jesus, after he spoke to them, was taken up into heaven and took his seat at the right hand of God. But they went forth and preached everywhere, while the Lord walked with them and confirmed the word through accompanying signs. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Today is the liturgical memorial of Saint Francis Xavier, a saint for whom I feel great affection, patron of the missions, together with Saint Teresa of Lisieux, a cloistered nun. Both were rightly declared patrons of missions and missionaries, and because she prayed for the missionaries, and the other because he spent his life in the mission territories, especially in Asia. Saint Francis Xavier's letter to Saint Ignatius are very interesting. Saint Francis Xavier had the soul and the spirit of those Spanish missionaries, not only Spanish of course, but he was from Spain, who opened up entire nations, entire continents to evangelization, because they were convinced that it was not the same for the present and for the future life. To be Catholic as not to be Catholic. It was not a contempt for the other religions of the people where they were going to evangelize, because Saint Francis Xavier met above all with Hindus, also with Buddhists, also with Shintoists. That is, he met people of different religions, venerable with great values, but he knew that Christ was the full truth, that those religions had their path of truth, their path, and that there were many positive elements in those religions. But only Christ was the Word made flesh. The Word made flesh, the truth made flesh, the full truth. And for that reason, because he knew that being with Christ, following Christ, joining Christ made a positive difference in favor of the one who was with the Lord, with respect to others, be it another religion, or even much worse, atheism. That is why he spent his life in evangelization. What need did he have to go through calamities, to run dangers, to get into those boat trips that were exhausting and that cost many of them their lives? If by following Hinduism, Buddhism, Shintoism, or Islam, that these people could be saved as easily as by declaring themselves followers of Jesus Christ, what need did this exceptional missionary have to dedicate his life to the mission, as so many missionaries in America, in Africa, in Asia, and Oceania, as they have done? What need did they have to die? I am thinking of the Jesuits in Canada, for example. What need did they have if they was all the same to be of one religion or another? Or is it that poor Saint Francis Xavier in the 16th century, they were so backward that they thought that Christianity was better? At that time, they believed that whoever died without being baptized was going to be condemned. And today, we know that everyone is saved regardless of whether or not they have faith. That is what some say. These people, these missionaries, gave their lives because they believed that it was not the same, and that Jesus Christ had not come to earth simply to do sidereal tourism, celestial tourism, to get to know one of his distant possessions in the immense galactic universe. He had come to save these children of God, these creatures of God in the image and likeness of God, who created them, who had come to save us and therefore it was not the same to follow Jesus Christ as not to follow him. For the earth, for life on earth, and of course for eternal life. If we lose sight of this, and we have lost sight of this in many ways, and there are even many within the church who have lost sight of the value of the Catholic faith, I insist, for this life and for eternal life. When we lose sight of this, we are making useless the work of these giants of the faith, who shed their blood, spent their strength, used their whole lives to transmit something that they considered valuable for those to whom they were offering it. And if it had not been for St. Paul, if it had not been for St. James, the apostle, or for the rest of the apostles, and for those who came after them, of course, a salute to St. Ignatius of Antioch, St. Polycarp of Smyrna, and St. Irenaeus of Lyon. So many illustrious martyrs who died. If it had not been for them, where would we be? We would not have the faith. But for those who say that everything is all the same, everything will be all the same to them because they have simply lost the faith. This is the reason why they do not have the zeal that the missionary as St. Francis Xavier had, to take the gospel to every corner of the earth as Christ commanded them to do, to go to the edge of the earth, to the end of the earth until Finisterre, which at that time was identified with the point deepest in the sea, with the cape deepest in the Sea of Galicia, where the apostle St. James went, evangelizing by the hand of Mary, all the way through that country, Spain, which has been the land of Mary ever since. If it had not been for them, where would we be? I repeat, what happens now is that these people who say that it is the same thing to be Catholic as not to be, what happens is that they do not care precisely because they have lost faith in what the Catholic Church literally is. I do not know if they have also lost faith in God, but they certainly have lost faith in the mandate of Jesus Christ to evangelize. The Lord says, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Pray the Lord of the harvest to send laborers into his harvest." But we must ask the Lord to send laborers who not only want to work with enthusiasm, with zeal, with passion, but who transmit that enthusiasm because they have it in their hearts. Laborers who transmit the authentic Catholic faith. A couple of months ago, I made an offer to lay people who wanted to consecrate themselves to God, to enter the schools of gratitude, because I believe that it is essential today to train lay people to face not only secularization, the secularism that attacks us from outside, but also the terrible internal secularism of the church. But today I want to make an offer, an invitation to young people who want to become priests. We need vocations. We need them to send new missionaries to so many places that do not have parishes, to so many countries that even have priests, but with priests who, for whatever reasons, have seen their faith become lukewarm and have reached the point of saying that it makes no difference whether they are Catholics or not, because for them, it literally doesn't matter. There need to be a new flame of apostolic missionary and evangelizing zeal, and for that, there need to be young people who say, "For you, Jesus, as my elders did. For you, Jesus, out of gratitude to you, I want to give you my life, to bring the greatest treasure I have to others, the greatest treasure which is precisely you." Amen.